Hello, my name is Amanda Glasshofer. This is my informative speech for my effective speaking class. My topic is discipline/child abuse, and I plan to inform you all of the difference between disciplining your child and abusing your child. When it comes to raising your child, every parent has their own beliefs about discipline. Some feel you should hit your children, while others feel that children should receive no consequences for their actions. I plan to cover and inform you all of the actions that are reasonable when it comes to disciplining your child, but want to point out that there is a fine line when it comes to disciplining that turns into abuse. When a child misbehaves, they should receive consequences for their negative behavior. That will make them stop and think before doing such a thing again. You should never hit your kid out of anger or use harmful words towards them that can affect them mentally, and here is why. Growing up, everything a child sees and goes through shapes them as they grow into the man or woman they will become. When a child grows up and comes from an abusive home, it can cause terrible long-term effects. Examples would be growing up and abusing your own children, or acting frightened when it comes to giving a parent such a power and authority over you because you don't know any better. Discipline is there in order to teach our children right from wrong while also receiving consequences for their actions. The consequences don't always have to be negative or physical, and that is what I feel a lot of people mix up. Children can be disciplined in numerous ways. Children can be disciplined in numerous ways without having to be physically hurt or scared to death from a certain consequence. In some cases, it affects the child mentally and can put them in such depression where suicide becomes an out for them. Signs you can see that can warn you when a child might be living in an abusive home would be their behavior or their physical appearance. Kids of abuse tend to bruise more easy or have more bruises rather than children who were just smacked really quick from a bad behavior. They may have certain lacerations or bruises on them that take a while to heal and might have unexplained reasons for why they have those bruises. With behavior, this may be extreme aggression, withdrawal, or regression in certain situations. Some inappropriate behavior happens when interacting with other kids because they were never taught right from wrong. Also, children might go into severe depression, stay really quiet for an odd amount of time, or can even cry excessively. Sad when you see kids with unusual shyness that have a fear to even speak up due to the consequences of their home. It breaks my heart. Always call if you notice that a child is scared to go home or has any suspicion of abuse. You could always help because sometimes the child feels that their voice isn't strong enough and they're scared to reach out and ask for help when they really might need it. My last point I want to cover was the lack of emotion that can disappear throughout the years. It's sad to say there are children out there that never experience the love and affection that a family should be giving them. When you grow up and go through that kind of abuse, it can take a toll on your emotional well-being and can distance you from ever learning how to deal or show that emotion correctly. In serious types of situations, children of abuse tend to grow up and go to their own homes and raise their own children and never experience that love and affection growing up, so they don't know how to show their kids love and affection, and the whole thing repeats itself, and this is something that we need to put a stop to. In conclusion, I feel all children should have some type of discipline in their childhood when growing up. I feel it makes an individual who they are and helps them mature while also opening their eyes to a new perspective in handling certain situations. That does not mean any child deserves to be hit or abused out of anger or mentally abused to a point where they feel they are being bullied by a parent rather than a kid on the playground. In my experience, I have witnessed parents physically and mentally abuse their kids like they are bullies. A child should be able to go to you no matter what, talk to you no matter what, without you taking that information and spinning it around and using it to hurt them. In all, you should show unconditional love for your children, but never forget that you are a parent and not a friend. I cannot stress that enough. Most parents today, I feel, try to be more of their kids' friends because they want their children to like them, but you need to understand that you are the authoritative figure and that you're the parent. You have to tell them right from wrong, even if it means they will hate you. They will end up growing up and they will understand that. I hope to leave all of you parents and future parents a little more educated when it comes to disciplining your child, and wish you luck in the future.